Hi everyone! In this video, we will create a pine tree that can use for Christmas decorations. Here we use an add-on that comes with the blender for that. So, let's get started. First, we have to enable the Sapling Tree Gen add-on for this. So, open Blender Preference and go to the add-on section. In the search bar, type tree, then the add-on will show up. Now enable this add-on. After enabling it, now clear the viewport. And add a Sapling Tree Gen curve to the viewport. And it shows up with this tree preset. Okay, let's change this tree into a Christmas pine tree. You can see there is a pop-up window at the left side corner of the viewport. Click. And it will show the window that can make changes to this tree. Here, first, load the small pine tree preset. And for the shape of the tree, select conical. This shape option will give the shape of a cone for the tree. After setting that, change the branch distribution to 1.25 and branch rings to 15. Using this branch rings amount, you can set the number of segments that can grow branches on this tree trunk. And with this distribution value, you can adjust the horizontal distribution scale. Now move to the branch splitting settings. Here change the branch splitting levels value to 4. When you change this level value here, you can see this tree get more branches on its trunk. So, here level value is 1 shows only the tree trunk. In level 2, the tree trunk gets its first level of branches. Level 3 gets the second level of branches. And level 4 gets the third level of branches on the tree. Now let's change these branches and segment splitting values. You can see here that these values have 4 sublevels on their own. So, according to the branch splitting level, these subvalues for the first, second, third, and fourth levels of branch splitting. Here, branches value gives the number of branches for each level of branch splitting. So, change these two values to 95 and 17 here. The segment split values will split the branches into more sub-branches. These values have a 0 to 3 value range. 0 for the no splitting. And 3 gives the possible amount of sub-branches of the level. So, now give 0.8 and 0 for the second and third levels of branch splitting values here. Now let's move into the branch growth settings and make changes. Here also, these values work as same for the branch splitting levels. So, these subvalues for the first, second, third, and fourth levels of branch splitting. So, here change this length value to 0.6. And this curve variation to 50. You remember these values for each of the branch levels of the tree. So, the first one is for the tree trunk. This value will control the curvature variation of the tree. Increasing this value will give a more curvy tree trunk. And here we need our Christmas tree symmetrically. And also we need it more naturally. So, set this value to 50. This value will give a little bit of curviness to the trunk. And not affect the symmetrically that level like in the 100. After setting the branch growth settings here, move to the pruning settings. Using this setting, we can crop this tree and shape it as we want. You can see a curve around the tree here. Here is the curve that sets the growth boundary for the tree. So, using these values, we can change the shape of the curve and cut the tree as we want. Let's set the values now. For the width value here, give 0.34. And for the width peak, give 0.15. Finally, for these prune power values, give 1 and 0.09. Here, except for this ratio value, all other values change the shape of this curve. This one is for the width of the curve. And this one is for the base distance. And this one is for width peak. These power values control the curviness from the top and bottom. Here this one is for the top and this one for the bottom. And finally, cropping intensity can control by this prune ratio value. After setting all, now set leaves for this tree. Under the leaf settings here, change the leaf shape to hexagonal and set the leaf count to 250. Using this leaf shape, you can change the shape of the leaves. The leaves count changes the maximum number of leaves per branch. Now finally check the show leaves here. You can see now Blender is stuck. This will take some time, and do not do anything until this process is done. So, please wait until the leaves show up. Here it's done now. Here is the Christmas tree with the perfect shape. So, now all the settings we have given here are final. You cannot undo or rearrange these tree settings after selecting or doing any other things in the Blender. So, always make sure you are done with the final output of your tree model. Now select all here and move it to a new collection. And name it to tree. We have now created the Christmas tree here. Let us set a background, lighting setup, and materials for this. So, to start work, select the collection here first. For the background here, add a plane at the center. And scale it 8 times. Now duplicate the added plane. And rotate it 90 degrees through the x-axis. After that, move the plane 8 meters through the y-axis. Okay, we are now done creating the background here. So, let's set the lighting setup. For that, we have to turn into the Cycles engine first. Before that, turn the viewport to the front view and zoom in. Now change the render engine to Cycles. I'm going to use GPU for the Cycles engine here. So, select GPU computing for the Cycles render device. After that, turn to Render View. And set Bordered View for the viewport. Now go to World Properties. And change the color input to Sky Texture. In this Sky Texture, change the following values. Change Sun Intensity to 0.5. And the World Strength to 0.3. Finally, change the Sun Rotation to 100 degrees. This is the final lighting setup that we are going to use here. Okay, let us start creating materials for this tree. For that, first, select the tree leaves and zoom in on the viewport. And set Bordered Render for the part of the tree with leaves. Now move to Materials Properties. And create new material for this. Rename this material to Tree Leaves. Now here change the following color values to get dark green color for these leaves. For the H value, set 0.33. And for the S and V values, give 1 and 0.04. Disable overlays to see this more clearly on the viewport. Now change the roughness value of this to 0.7. After creating this leaves material, now create a material for the tree mesh. For that, first, enable overlays on the viewport. And select the tree mesh. To see the tree trunk more clearly, span the viewport bordered render to the downside of the trunk. After that, create new material for this. And rename it to tree bark. Now change the color values. For the HSV values here, give 0.07, 1, and 0.02. Now for the roughness value, give 0.75. After setting all, we have done creating materials for our tree. So, now let's render this and see the final result. For that first, we need a camera on the viewport. So, turn the viewport to the solid view first. And zoom out the viewport. Now add a camera to the viewport. After adding it, now hit the following keys to snap the camera to the viewport view. After that, change these X, Y, and Z positions values to 0, -12 meters, and 2.5 meters. And here rendering the full view of the camera is a waste of time. So, set bordered render view as shown and see the preview here. Now set the render settings for this. Here we don't use render denoiser for the rendering. So, first, disable the render denoiser here. After that, change max samples here to 256. and switch to Output Properties. And change the Render Resolution Scale to 120. Now hit Render and wait until it's done rendering. Here is the final output of our Christmas tree rendering. You can use this pine tree for your own Christmas tree decorations. So, add ornaments and gifts around the tree. And make changes to this pine tree into a Christmas tree. I hope you have learned something new from this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to watch more videos like this, subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon on the side and select all. This will allow you to receive notifications for future uploads. If this video helps your Blender work in any way, don't forget to comment on how. If you have any other issues with this video, please comment as well. And if you would like to support us, please share this video with the Blender users you know. Learn with IBN.